Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and today we are finishing the buttoning up of this wonderful little ship. Oh, I get to see what we've done. We'll walk you through the build, and yeah, first we have to get started, so let's go. So, happy Wednesday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic week and a terrific day thus far. So yeah, we've been doing a bit of work off camera. So, if you remember, we created the thrusters, we got all of this in. We had gone ahead and set up the mirror on this side, and now that is completely skinned in. Oh, the other thing we did is we made a little bit of detail change up here around the solar panels. I'm thinking we're going to continue this line out, basically fully enclose these, give them a little bit of protection. We have a shield generator location. We still need to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of this area, because this is a massive flat space. So we kind of need to work on that at some point. Turn on the light so you can see. Alright, so alright, so what I've been working on is we put up a poll on Monday's video asking which mod pack you wanted to use to do the small ship details. And the overall winner was obviously the small ship mega mod pack. So we've gone ahead and loaded that. Now, there are some benefits to this. One of the things that it does is it gives us small ship jump drives. So we have 2 of those installed. And as you can see, they are fully charged at this point. We've gone ahead, put in the forward connector that we were talking about last time. So we now have, port, starboard, bottom, and forward as potential connection points, which is nice. Behind these 2 areas here, we've got an ore detector, and on this side I believe is the antenna. Yeah, the antenna's on that side. So we'll actually be able to use the ship to do some general scouting, as well as, being something that we can take around and land on planets. I'm thinking we're going to have to add another atmospheric thruster to this thing. But if we do, we'll worry about it when we get there. It's one of the reasons why I'm going to go ahead and leave some of this space open here. So if I do need to add another lift thruster, we'll be able to. I may take... I don't know, do we want to take the atmospheric out and just run straight hydrogen? That's always a potential... there's always a potential possibility. Alright, well, we'll think about it. Now, one of the things that I did do, let's go ahead and move this up so you can see it a little bit better, is we've gone ahead and located where our pass-through is for the small conveyor, because we're going to have this area piped in for environmentals. This one up as well, may as well, right? We're pretty much done with this portion. You can see the antenna in there for a second. Alright. And so, what this is going to allow us to do is we'll be able to have either piped cockpits in here, the seats, because we've actually got pilot seats. There we go. See, so these are the vanilla seats, so they're not piped in for environmentals and inventory. Now, if we load something like, say, the azimuth the azimuth seat pack, that actually has seats that we can pipe in for environmentals, which also means that we could pipe them in for inventory, but because it's a small grid, it doesn't really matter quite so much. So what I'm thinking we're going to do is wait for everything to catch up to us here. We want the control station. We want the little control station. And I'm thinking here, I need interior plates. There you go. We want the little seat. So what I'm thinking is that we'll have a seat here, and we'll do another seat there. Because what I'm looking at is the collision box for the chair, and I think I like the idea of this sitting back a little bit further. Because what we'll do, let's go ahead and get rid of that. Did I picked up the parts for both of those, didn't I? No, what do I have? Oh, because it picked up for the other console. Alright, that's good. Yeah, it's been a long day. Right. Let's get into that. We're gonna go here. Want it to be a flight seat. So I want 2 of those. And then what we're going to do here is with the conveyor blocks, we're going to go on 4 of those. So let's see if we can actually. Oop. So one of the things that we have to be aware of is that when we're building these things, we do have to do them effectively 1 block at a time. So now we should be able to do that. Actually, no. Take you out. Go ahead and get you guys welded up. And I want to see if we can place a vent here. So I'm thinking we should be able to place the vent there. Alright. And if so, this will give us our fully working bridge area. Alright. And we want this to be, come on. Oh, come on. There you go. Alright, so you're just going to be bridge vent. Floor. And bridge vent floor. Okay. I'm honestly not too worried about which ones are which. Let me see. I know, having just said that, right? Alright. There you go. Okay. So that should give us, once we have this enclosed in, that should give us a pressurized environment. Now, one of the things that we did do, and I was talking to you all about this last time, is that we were going to set these air vents up so that they basically, if there's oxygen on either side of the airlock, it will push O2 into the airlock itself. So what we've done is we've gone ahead and set that up. If you notice, there's the O2. This will close. Now, this particular door does not show up in the door controls as far as airlocks are concerned. Even though there is very small space here, it's just the way it is. So I could probably do a little bit of light coding to get it to work that way. However, I don't it's really worth the time, so I'm not going to. All right. Now I could be wrong. If you're really wanting to see it, let me know. But so if we go, oh, I need steel plates for that. All right, and then getting a little distracted here, and then everything else you've already seen. So everything's working. I do need to set these guys up, which I still haven't gotten around to writing that script, but it's okay. We'll work on it. Alright, so this is their... Okay, so the entire ship is pressurized out to the cockpit area. So now we need to figure out what we're going to do for the windows on this beast. Because I'm almost tempted to do something like this. Let's see here. Let's just go ahead and grab 1,000 of those because we're going to use them. So let me see here. What I was thinking was we would do something, a little something like this maybe. And what we could do here, we're done with both of these. Go ahead and grab that. Is we do something like this. Now, the reason why I wasn't overly thrilled with this particular concept is because what we're going to end up with is at least 2 columns in our field of vision. Well, 1 column depending on, and it'll depend on which chair you're sitting in and as to which side the column is going to mess with you. Right. So if we do that, we bring you out like so. Right, I'll show you what this is going to look like here. Right. So you end up with a little bit of a space like this. Like I said, it doesn't have to be the most comfortable ship in the fleet. But it would be nice if it was usable, you know? Right, and then we were talking about something probably like that. Which means you are going to come out. You're going in there, and we want you. We choose you, Pikachu. Alright.
Energy low.
Alright. So you end up with something like this. I actually want... Let's drop you for right now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do these. On that side. Now we'd basically repeat the same general design over on this side. And the reason I'm using the heavy armor blocks is because the light armor here, the half blocks, really just a player can hit it hard enough to go through them. I mean, I would not be surprised to find out that somebody somewhere had thrown their engineer at this thing fast enough that it basically the engineer went through it. So, alright, so what's that gonna look like for us here? So you'll end up with this. We'll have some lighting up here, at least some lighting overhead. You'll be able to grab the chair. It's a pretty good field of vision, at least. Alright, so then that opens up the question of what are we doing for windows? So if we do the 1x3s, would we want those to be this way, or would we want them to be that way? Let's drop you really quick. 2x3. So what I'm thinking is that we would have these guys here, and then we have 2, 3, and 4. So we'd end up with one on either side, or go that way. I think we'll go that way. Yeah, okay, so I did this. Right, so if we do that, we end up with something that looks something like this, I think.
Energy low.
So I'm going to grab parts we need for this. Go ahead and weld all these up really quick. I need to get that tinted. Okay. Alright, so I'll see what, come on. Let's see what you look like. That could be something. Do we have any 3x windows? There is a 3x3. So if we do the 3x3, how does that look? Oh, I think that's going to work. I think that's actually going to work really well. Not happy about the idea of it being completely flat, but they don't really make those in any other flavors, so let's go ahead and grab you guys. Alright, come here, you. Turn off the UI really quick so we can see. I'm kind of liking the way that's working out, actually. Alright, and then I'm thinking for in here, what we can do is we have, you know what? Go ahead and drop those out, bring the regular one back in. So we do that. Defines the space up here a little bit better, I think. And then we will, if we really want to get fancy with it, could just take this all the way across. Kind of liking that. How about if we decide instead, it's gonna get you out of there. Actually, I don't need either of you. We are both. Oh, that's okay. Which one do we want? This one. Because what I was thinking is we might do something like this. No, I guess. Yeah, no, I don't. No, I don't want to do that. What I would need is see, what I want to do is have this kind of corner. Oh no, I'm being an idiot again. Okay. No. That is not the block we want. See, I could do that, but it's really not the shape I want. Okay, I think we'll just go with that. And then what we'll do here is we will grab you for a little bit there. There you go. Look at that, huh? So we now have a little bit of defined space in here. Need more grids. Alright. So I'm thinking that might do for our bridge area. Okay, so maybe we do, oh, let's see, if we do, because one of the things that we're talking about here, and I should probably make these the heavy armor, but we'll go with what we've got. It's fine. Simply because we can. Alright, so if we do something like that. And see, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could actually, I don't know if I want to do this or not, where we end up with a fairly flat cockpit area. Not that there's really anything wrong with that idea. So we just grab the 2x3s, rotate those up like so. There you go. Or do we want to lift that up? Because right now those would be a little bit low. Let's get in here. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and lift that entire thing up. One block. Which is fine. Alright, so we're gonna go heavy armor here. Where are you? And we're going to rinse and repeat on the other side. And basically, we're just trying to get something, you know, not only can we seal this off, but we need it, we want it to look good, you know? So then we end up with this one again. There we go. And we're going to do the same here. Now what I may end up doing is I may actually move the second of the 3x3s forward. So instead of having it here, we may move it up if it makes more sense as far as the bridge, as far as piloting is concerned, and I think it does. Yeah, I think it does. I mean, I could also take that back one. Let's see what that looks like. So if we come over here and we take that out, take that out, and instead of the 323 or 332, we would end up with something like that. See, I don't really need that far back. The only reason I would have it, honestly, get rid of that for a second, is if we put, maybe we could put passenger seats back here. Just gonna get you out of there for a second. So, you know, we'd have a, say, have jump seats here. We could even, we could actually get that right there. You know, or have them over here. Okay, so that, if we actually bring this forward, so that'll basically make up the difference between the two windows. And I'm curious, does that make more sense? That actually, I think, makes more sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like the idea of having a little bit more visibility on it. But I think for what we're going with, I think this is the idea we're going to move forward on. So let's go ahead and get last couple of these in. Now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's get ourselves out of that. All right. And from here, we will go. Do I want to go this way? Man, that civilian is flying through here. All right. Where do I want to go? Like so. Like so. That could be interesting. I don't know if it's a good interesting, but it's definitely a different interesting. Gives it kind of an industrial feel, right? Let's see what you look like when we get you fully in there. And I might come back through and upgrade that all with the heavy armor blocks. See, I really don't like that one window not being tinted. So if we do this instead. Yeah, see? That needs to come out. If the seat was a little bit further forward, it wouldn't be too bad, but with the seat being back as far as it is, we are going to need to do the windows. Okay, so how about do we actually have, can we use these? Let's go get these welded up really quick. And see if that is just completely annoying or not. Not overly thrilled with that, but come here, out of the cockpit, thank you. But it is tinted. All right. I think that's what we're gonna end up with, at least in the interim. 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and get the rest of these windows welded up. kind of like a school bus. Alright. Well, I have been saying it doesn't need to be pretty, it just needs to be functional, right? So let's go ahead and get you guys in here. Put all this in. Get you welded up. See, if we had the posts, like the offset pillars would actually be kind of interesting. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab the one we need. There we go. And we're going to rinse and repeat that one this side. And this looks like we'll be pretty much done with this build today, hopefully. Alright, so now we just need to have you come around this way. You are going to go here. Like I said, what we're going to do is we're just going to weld this up. I am not going to do a whole lot of greebling right now. I will probably do all of the greebling off camera just because it's going to be a lot of me going back and forth. But this gets our ship a hell of a lot closer to being done. All right. You are heavy armor blocks. I don't think I want to go heavy armor blocks. I think we're just going to do light armor here. So if we do... So what if we do something like this? And for these, we do the 2x3s, which should be there. Should be that one and that one. We'll go ahead and get the parts for that. Would be nice is if the vents, the small vent, had the indicator on it, because I thought they used to, where they'd have that little, they'd have the little light telling you what state the vent was in. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're just going to go ahead and start wrapping this whole thing in. So we end up with something that basically runs a little something like this, I think. End up with the same over on this side. So then that goes there. What did we do? Did we do that all the way back on that side? We did. Okay, so that goes to here at least. And then just for sake of convenience and consistency, we'll just do that. And I think we're going to end up with something that looks a bit like this. We're going to go ahead and weld that line up just because. Okay. So we get rid of this. Grab this one. Let's clean that up when we get inside. That's okay. All right. The rest of it's basically just cleaning up the lines a little bit, which is easy enough to do. Alright, so in theory, ship should be airtight, so let's come down here. Auto close works. Should have air pressure. I love the fact that the auto door close actually works. Right. Okay, so we have pressure here, looks like. Alright, let's take a look for the okay, so oxygen tanks are piped. You're pressurized, but you're not getting... Okay, so... You guys... Let's, deal with you first. Okay, so the question is where are we having air leak at? I'm betting it's going to be somewhere over here. So if we do something like that, we can run like this. We'll put a light here, because you know you always have to have the bridge lighting, right? too worried about this right this second, but we do want to make sure everything's so if we do that, so we're here, this is good. So we're okay here. We're low to... Alright, so that tells me we've got a leak somewhere in here. Or more importantly, we may have a situation where this is not pressurizing properly. So that's feeding through there. I may have to do a little bit of surgery and figure out where it is. Alright, so I think what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and call this one here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. If you are new to the channel, haven't done so already, or just want to do something nice for me this Wednesday, this Wednesday.
Energy low.
Yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe, and if you want to be kept up to date, be sure to ring the bell as well. On that note, I am going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Space truckin'.